this episode, this was the moment everything started burning at once. I'm not even exaggerating. I sat there staring at all these Monday spoilers and my brain was going in 10 directions at once because what is Grayson doing? What is he doing? He already had one job: survive, keep Ashley out of it, and he did the exact opposite. He dragged Ashley deeper into this stabbing mess, and now everything feels radioactive. Every move is dangerous. Every word could kill somebody. And I keep replaying it in my head. Grayson wounded, Ashley panicking over infection, Jacob warning him, Leah hunting him. This is not just drama anymore. This is collapse. And I need to talk about Grayson first because, wow, I have so many feelings. Because I think we're about to watch him stand in front of Ashley, bleeding, exhausted, probably half delirious, and Ashley is going to ask the question. The question, the one he can't dodge, the plasma ring. That ring is not just a clue anymore. That ring is a loaded gun. And I'm screaming because I can already see Ashley looking at him like, tell me the truth. And I can see Grayson hesitating. That pause, that horrible pause, you know, the one when a character is deciding whether to confess or lie, and you can feel disaster forming before they even open their mouth. And I swear I do not think he tells her. I don't. I know part of him wants to. I think he wants to tell Ashley everything. I think he wants to dump the whole nightmare in her lap and say, I'm trapped. I've been working for monsters. I'm trying to get out. I think he wants that. But wanting and doing, different things, because Leah owns his fear, especially through his mother. And, oh, that is where it gets cruel. Because Leah doesn't need to put a gun to Grayson's head. She just needs to send a photo. One photo of his mother, one little reminder, and boom, control restored. That's how predators operate. And Leah, she is a predator, cold one, calculated one. I keep thinking about how furious she must be because she warned him about Ashley. She literally warned him not to get emotionally involved because emotions make assets unstable. And Grayson, God, this idiot did it anyway because Ashley matters to him. And honestly, that's what makes this tragic because his weakness is also the only decent thing left in him. Do you get what I mean? It hurts because it's human, but also it may get him killed. And while Ashley is worrying about his wound, and listen, I absolutely think she sneaks off to the hospital for supplies that feels like one of those decisions that sounds noble and turns catastrophic, because of course she'd go. Ashley is exactly the kind of person who would whisper, stay here, and run out to get antibiotics or bandages. Of course she would. And while she's doing that, I am terrified she gets spotted. Because if Leah sees Ashley searching for meds, done. It's over. Leah puts it together instantly. Grayson ran to Ashley. Case closed. And please don't let it be Leah who catches her. Because if Leah sees Ashley at that hospital, I can already hear the music turning dark. I can already feel that chill. And Leah's face, that fake calm, the smile that means violence. And what scares me even more, what if Leah contacts Ren? What if she tells Ren Grayson has become a liability? Because if Ren enters this personally, oh, we are in nightmare territory, real nightmare territory. Because I do not think Ren plays games. I think Leah manipulates, Ren eliminates. Huge difference. And did you notice something in that conversation they had before? Because I keep coming back to it. Leah challenged Ren's punishment methods. She didn't like how brutal he was being. And Ren basically told her, handle it yourself then. That was huge. Because that wasn't equal partners talking. That was hierarchy. That was power. And it confirmed something I've suspected. Leah is not the top. Not even close. There is someone above her. And that terrifies me more than anything. Because when the boss hasn't even appeared yet, you know the real monster is still off screen. And I keep thinking, what happens if Grayson really has exposed something bigger than he realizes? What if this plasma trafficking operation is way larger? Hospital informantes, layers of control, handlers above handlers, rot everywhere. And Grayson stumbled into exposing a machine, not just a person. That changes everything. And this is why I keep yelling at Grayson in my head. Tell Jacob about Leah. Tell him now. I'm serious. I was practically talking to the screen. Grayson, use your brain! Because Jacob is literally the only path out. Only one. If Grayson tells Jacob Leah is the hospital informant, that is actionable, that is evidence, that is leverage, that is how you flip the board. But if he keeps trying to freelance this alone, he's dead. Maybe not immediately. But eventually, Ren will make sure of it. And I don't think Grayson doesn't know that. I think he knows that's what's so painful. He knows he's just trapped between two terrors. Betray Leah and risk his mother. Obey Leah and lose Ashley. How do you survive that? How? You don't. Not cleanly. And I think Jacob sees this. I think Jacob may be the one trying to stop the whole thing from crossing a line. And honestly, I need Jacob to be aggressive here. No more vague warnings. No more be careful. Move. Act. Push. Because Grayson is too compromised emotionally. Somebody else has to force the right decision. And maybe that happens while Ashley is gone getting medicine. Maybe Jacob corners him. Maybe Grayson finally talks. Maybe. But here's where my gut twists. I think Grayson leaves. I do. I think while Ashley is risking everything trying to help him, he disappears. I can see it. Ashley comes back with supplies. Door open. Silence. No, Grayson. And maybe just a note or blood or nothing. And she realizes he left to protect her. And I would lose my mind because it fits him. It hurts, but it fits. And honestly, that may be the smartest move because staying with Ashley paints a target on her. Leaving might be the only way he thinks he can save her. And yet, what if leaving pushes Ashley to investigate more? What if trying to protect her actually drags her deeper? That would be so tragically perfect. And can we talk about Leah maybe threatening Grayson directly? Because I keep imagining she sends him some icy message. Not loud, not dramatic, worse, controlled. Something like, remember what happens to disloyalty. Or a photo of his mother walking alone. That's all. Enough. That's Leah. She doesn't need to scream. She poisons. And I swear, if she visits his mother, I'm done. Done. Because that's psychological warfare. And she would absolutely do it. Because she still wants to keep him. And this is important. I actually agree she probably won't kill Grayson yet. People keep saying she'll eliminate him. Maybe eventually. But not now. He still has value. He's trained. Useful. Replaceable? Maybe. But replacement carries risk. Exposure risk. Operational risk. Leah knows that. She'd rather tighten a leash. And that makes her scarier. Because execution is simple. Control is sophisticated. And Leah likes control. But if Grayson has crossed too far, then maybe she doesn't call Ren. Maybe she handles him herself. And weirdly, that may be worse. Because there's emotional history there. Manipulation. Possibly twisted attachment. And those relationships get vicious. You know what else I keep circling back to? Ashley. Because she is not naive anymore. I think she is starting to sense there is something enormous Grayson isn't saying. And once she senses that, she won't stop. And that makes her dangerous to Leah. Very dangerous, especially if Ashley starts connecting hospital clues. And if Leah realizes Ashley could expose the plasma operation, Ashley becomes target number 2. That is where I start panicking. Because I can absolutely see a scenario where Ashley thinks she's helping Grayson while walking right into surveillance. I'm telling you, somebody could be watching already. What if Leah already has Ashley monitored? What if she already knew? What if we're behind? What if Grayson's escape was never an escape? Tell me that doesn't chill you. Because it chills me. And Ren, God. Ren, I do not trust that man for a second. I keep thinking he's not just some enforcer. He feels bigger. Maybe not ultimate boss, but closer to the top. And that line about internal disruption, upsetting superiors, that said everything. There are superiors, plural maybe, still unseen, still looming. This thing is wider than we thought. And suddenly, Grayson isn't just running from Leah. He may be running from an entire structure. How does one wounded man beat that? How? Maybe with Jacob, maybe with evidence, maybe by turning informant, which is why I keep saying, if Grayson has any survival instinct left, he tells Jacob everything. Everything. Names, locations, Leah, Ren, the plasma ring, all of it. Burn the whole thing down. Because halfway loyalty gets you killed. And I know some people think Grayson will keep playing both sides. No, that game is over. Over. He already broke orders involving Ashley. That bell can't be unrung. Now there are consequences. And they're coming. First, and listen. Crazy prediction. What if Leah uses Grayson's mother against him? But Ashley ends up finding out about the mother before Grayson planned? What if that becomes the emotional explosion? Not the plasma ring. The mother, Ashley, realizing, oh my God, he's been lying because they own his family. That changes her whole reaction. Instead of betrayal, protectiveness, and if that happens, Ashley becomes even harder to push away. And then Grayson is truly doomed emotionally. Because once she refuses to abandon him, he'll risk everything. Everything. And that's when men make reckless choices. And reckless choices create finales. I'm just saying. Watch. And another thought. What if Jacob already suspects Leah? What if he's been waiting for confirmation? If Grayson gives one clue, the whole investigation could pivot. Imagine that. Imagine Grayson, the compromised pawn, becoming the witness who topples the operation. That would be incredible. But also dangerous enough that Ren would absolutely move to silence him, which maybe leads to attempted hit. Yes, I said it. I could see it. I could. Because these spoilers feel like the calm before someone makes a lethal move. And if Ren shows up, I'm expecting blood, not metaphorical. Blood and... Okay, I need to say this because I'm furious at Grayson, but I also feel for him. He is not just being weak. He is traumatized, conditioned, used, and that matters. Because people keep asking, why doesn't he just tell Ashley? Because terror doesn't work like logic. That's why. Fear rearranges you, and Leah knows exactly where to press. Mother, guilt, shame, survival. It's a prison. So yes, I scream at him, but I get him too. And maybe that's why this hits so hard. Because it's messy. Nobody is operating from clean hero logic. Everybody's compromised. And I love that. It feels dangerous. Unpredictable. Alive. And you know what I can't stop imagining? Ashley returning from hospital supplies, finding Grayson gone, then turning, and Leah is standing there. No, I rebuke that. But what if? Tell me that wouldn't be insane. I would collapse. I would literally have to walk around my room. And the craziest part, I feel like Monday is setting up something even bigger, not resolving anything. It feels like pressure building. Like every secret is swelling, like the episode before detonation. And when shows do that, the explosion is next. So my prediction, Grayson lies to Ashley about the full truth. Ashley sneaks to hospital and nearly gets caught. Jacob pushes harder than ever. Leah sends a threat possibly through his mother. Grayson vanishes before Ashley returns. And Ren starts moving in the shadows. That's my call. And longer term, I think Grayson eventually betrays the organization through Jacob. I think Leah tries to keep him through blackmail. I think Ren forces escalation. And I think whoever the unseen superior is, that reveal is coming. And when it does, everything we think we know gets blown apart. Because no way this whole plasma trafficking story ends with Leah as final villain. No way. She feels like gatekeeper, not throne. And I am ready for whoever sits on that throne. terrified, but ready. And one last thing. If Grayson walks away from Ashley in this episode to protect her, don't read that as rejection. Read it as tragedy, because sometimes leaving is the only love a trapped man thinks he can offer. And wow, that would destroy me. Absolutely destroy me. So yeah, I am nervous. I am suspicious. I am yelling at fictional people again. Normal Monday. But tell me I'm wrong. This feels like the point where Grayson stops being a pawn or dies trying. And honestly, I don't think there's an in-between anymore.